Our next speaker is founder and podcast host of Black Create Connect, and she's also a TEDx speaker. She is an advisory board member for startups, diversity, equality and inclusion consultant, educator, personal brand and career coach, and she also had a mentor when she was younger. Now, I'd also like to say that our paths have crossed because we have an international focus on engaging young people and young freelancers around the world. But please can we welcome Alicia Richardson to the stage.
How are we all? How's everyone feeling? Good. Yeah, good. I'm so sorry, I'm usually much more high energy than this, but I like to keep it real. I'm very, very, very tired. So hopefully I'll give you the best energy that I can today. But thank you for that really good intro. I really appreciate it. So hopefully you will kind of gauge who I am. Now, before I do any kind of talk, I like to set the tone a little bit. And I invite you to always do that for yourself. Whenever you're about to do something for you, whatever that is, set the tone for yourself and set your own rules. So just whilst I kind of talk through this session about resilience, I'm going to keep it 100% with you. So there's going to be some things that I'll talk about that's going to be really real, down to earth, and I invite you to all 100% when I ask you to do a small activity in this task. I always like to bring good vibes, so hopefully I can bring the best vibes in this talk today as well. I know that this is a safe space, but I want to remind you that if you do share anything outside the session, in the session, or whilst I'm speaking, it is a safe space for you, so don't feel like you can't share. Be as present and respectful to yourselves as possible. And I invite you, as I go through some of the examples and I talk through how you can be resilient, I want you to think with no limit. A lot of the times, the reason why we can't get through certain things in our lives, a lot of the times when we think we can't get through certain things, is because we're thinking with an absolute max limit. So just think of it delusional today. And remember that you're the addition. This is my favourite bit. You're always the addition, not the other. Now, a lot of us, especially those that are being mentored, sometimes you're in spaces where you're made to feel like the other. I've been made to feel like the other. And I'll be real with you, it doesn't stop. Okay, when you go through corporate life, when you're owning your own business, when you can walk on the street, wherever it is, you're going to be made to feel like you're the other, but you're not. You're the addition. You have something that they don't have. So that's just to set the time a little bit. Next slide, please. So resilience, that's what we're going to talk about today. That's what we're going to keep on for that long. Okay, cool. So definition of resilience, who can define that? Just throw out some words. What does resilience mean?
Keep going.
Keep going, okay, anything else?
Grit, no matter the situation.
No matter the situation? No matter the situation, yeah? That's it, right? No matter the situation, okay, perfect. What did you say? Someone said something.
Grit.
Grit, having grit?
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself, okay, perfect.
Never give up.
Never give up? Determined, okay, perfect. All of these words, that is what resilience effectively is, right? So a lot of the time, people confuse the difference between confidence and resilience. You can be a confident person, but have weak resilience, because something unexpected can happen to you. So we all know that unexpected incidences can happen in life, whether it's personal, whether it's with your friends, whether it's with health, whether it's with your relationship, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whether it's to do with work. Things can happen that really come out of nowhere that can really set you off path. Okay, show of hands to anyone that's been having a good day and they get some news or something happens and then everything just turns around. Anyone? Like, it just turns around. And my question is, how resilient are you in those situations? So I want to get everyone to quickly do a quick task. The reason why I believe in community, and that's so important, and it's actually through and through what I need, right? Is because you have consistent mentors around you. So when you're trying to give up, when you don't know, when you're lazy, right? When you're procrastinating, when you don't have the discipline, you can have people in the same room as you, virtually or in person, that can just speak words of just encouragement. So you just think right there, people that have helped you in just a space of 2 seconds, get their details. Right? They're giving you advice, so maybe one day if you just say, today I'm having that day, have a code word. A code word. My code word to my friends is Tinkerbell. I don't know if you guys know Tinkerbell's really needy. That's my code word. So when I say that word, it's like, okay, yeah, she needs some encouragement. Right? So have that. If you go to the next slide, please. Now, what have I had to be resilient to? Now, Before I go on to the next slide and talk about things that I've had to be resilient to, again, I like interactivity if you haven't noticed already. Shout out some things that you have had to be resilient to in your life today. What are some of the things that you've had to literally fight through, that you don't mind sharing, that you feel is safe enough? Bullying.
A change in my motherhood journey.
A change in your motherhood journey. That's a big one as well. So it's bullying.
Racism at my job.
Racism at your job. That's a massive one. Having to overcome that.
Moving across the world.
Moving across. Where are you from?
Sure.
Okay, welcome to London. I don't know how long you've been there for, but that's a massive one as well. What was you going to say?
Living in Hackney.
Living in Hackney? Really? Why do you say that?
With the aspirations and dreams I have, I'm trying to get out of the, let's just say, being a common denominator. How can you be like good?
Right.
I aspire to have actual dreams and actually then get further with that, rather than having to trying to do the easy way and actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get through your current environment, so you feel like it's a whole lifestyle thing you're having to push through, right? Okay. Guys, you can please. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. I'm going to share some things that I've had to be resilient to as well, right? Go to the next slide. So, like you rightly mentioned, discrimination is a massive thing that I've had to overcome in my journey. It's actually been the catalyst to what I'm doing today. Wow, time goes that quickly. Wow. So discrimination is a massive one, and that's something that a lot of you, as I said, is probably going to face at some point in your career. Damaging words, right? So that can come up in conversation. It can come up if you make a mistake and a teacher or someone you're working with says, you did a really bad job in this, or you got some really bad feedback on something. That can really knock you back a little bit. These are good things to be aware of. The reason why I like to address the things that I have to be resilient to is because it helps me to know where to move forward, right? Oh, go back. No's and rejection. Who here takes rejection a bit hard? I do. So when you've gone out there, with me as a business owner, I have to pitch all the time. I'm speaking to businesses all the time. I get no's all the time. When you're going to go out there and go for job interviews, whatever route you take, you're going to get no's. And that's going to take some resilience to get back from those no's as well. Sometimes things are taking longer than you expect. Sometimes you want it now. Sometimes you want to have this money now, this job now. You want to go on this holiday now. You want to have whatever it is that you want right now. That can take longer than you expect. Sometimes feeling lonely. Sometimes I've experienced feeling lonely or feeling really burnt out. These things I've had to kind of push past and push through. The fear of other negative feedback, loss of friendships, the change in friendships as well around you. These things are going to happen. I can tell you right now, your friendship circle, especially if you want to move from Hackney to wherever you want to go, your friendship circle is going to change. And that's going to take a lot of resilience because it's going to be uncomfortable for you. You're going to be around your environment, around new people. That's something I've had to embrace along my journey as well. You know, there's also unexpected results that might happen, whether it's from health perspectives, whether it's from work perspectives. There's going to be many different things. But I don't want to dwell too much. I want to skip to the next slide, not this one, but the one after that, on tactics on how to overcome resilience. Because we can talk about it all day about things we've had to be resilient to, but I want to share some words to help you overcome that. So whenever you have a problem, I invite you to be clear about how you're going to get through that problem. When you plan it out and you see through, okay, cool, I can get from A to B like this, you have much more clarity, right? So always plan out the how. Your circle of influence is massive. And the mentoring lab plays a massive part in that as well. My mentors and coaches are my saving grace. To this day, I have multiple mentors and coaches, and their influence helps me to get through situations. They talk through things in a way that I haven't thought through. So it's important to think about that. Celebrate your small wins. Sometimes things don't go to plan, but you've won. You've already won because you're in this room. You've already won. So just keep going. Just think about the things you're doing well already. You're not in Hackney right now, you're in Southwark. You're winning, okay? You're here today. So think about the small little things. Remember that. Feel the result before it happens. This is my trick to being a millionaire, okay? So I tell myself, I'm about to be a millionaire, yeah. I feel myself on a private jet, yeah. I feel myself, yeah. And sometimes I'll book myself a little cheeky holiday and say, yeah, I'm there. And before you know it, because you've visualised a certain lifestyle, a certain way of living, you know what to say yes and no to along the way. You don't accept certain things, you don't accept certain behaviours or patterns because you have a vision. So keep focused and feel it before it happens. Recognise when you need to pause. When you feel like you're going too fast and you're like, okay, that's gone wrong, take a second, reflect on the situation, give yourself time and space. Don't be afraid to pivot. This is a pride and the ego thing sometimes. Sometimes you can be so bold about going in a certain direction, but when it's not going the way that you want it to go, you're embarrassed to change. Don't worry about that. Don't be afraid to pivot if it's the right pivot for you. And even if it means that people around you, your friends, your family might say, "Rah, you said you wanted to do this, last year. Why has it changed to this?" Because I want to do this now. That's my decision, right? So be stuck on that. Remind yourself of your values. Don't let anyone try to take that away from you. When you make a mistake, embrace them. It's learning experiences, and they're important because they build you, right? Clear boundaries. Have your clear boundaries. What's your yes? Take time out and write this is what I'm going to say yes to. This is what I will say no to. This is what I might say later to. Because what happens if you don't have that list, I've learned from a young age, I will end up somewhere. I'm like, how do I get here? How do I get in this position? Because I just said, yeah, okay, cool. Without thinking it through and having certain clear boundaries. Have those boundaries. Practice your self-care, whatever that is for you, right? Even if you have to do that with your mentor, do it with your friends, make sure you invest into yourself. And always swap the I can't with the I can. Practice that in your language. If you go to the last slide, I just want to quickly just share my Connect. Have you got LinkedIn?
Yeah.
You do have LinkedIn? Yes, your mentors are doing a good job. So what you can do is, I know we need to wrap this up really quickly because I've got you to stand up. You can connect to me on LinkedIn if you have any further questions or anything else to add. But I hope you've got some tips and tactics on how you can be resilient, no matter what you're going through, and how you can consistently just keep arriving and going to the top. So yeah.